Hello and welcome back to another part of What If Luffy Was Never Born. Well, today we're going to finish off Act 1. Yes, we're going to finish off the first act of Wano, as we are currently finishing off the third act in Manga, I believe. We are on a pretty good pace to actually catch up. So let us get actually into what we are doing here. Last week we finished off with Moria and the other people, basically rescuing Tama from some of Kaido's lower ranked people, like Hold'em and the other people, and Moria swore and promised to Tama will make her the new Wano. And now we resume in the next part of the series. First off, imagine this episode, or whatever this is, like the first episode we are in here right now, we first meet Orochi and Kyoshiro, who are like together somewhere. We learn the history, or like the changed history, the history that Orochi is giving out, that he says that the act Oden wanted to, act of opening the borders, like the borders of Wano to the rest of the world, was considered evil. So he's making like, it's like propaganda where he says like that Oden and Scabbards are evil because he won the fight against them, so he can make this. And then we also learn, because of Kyoshiro is here and he talks, he's a bit drunk here, and he talks basically like, why is Orochi so scared of some weird ass prophecy talking like that the Kozuki family will return after 20 years. And everybody tells him to stop this because Orochi always gets furious when they bring this up, especially because the 20-year time frame that Toki mentioned in her prophecy has now come up. We are 20 years later. So this prophecy is about to come true apparently, and Orochi, he is not getting a good night's of sleep, especially with Ryuma traveling around and some other people who are also not so alive also making their appearances. So we are here at this place. While all of this is happening, Law basically wants to lead Moria to Oden's castle. They bid farewell to Speed, who is also escorting Tama somewhere else. And basically they want to bring Moria up to speed with everything what's happening and all these different things. But while they are walking to Oden's castle, Ryuma says that something to all of them. He leaves with the words, "Since the moment I entered this island, I felt I shouldn't go to this castle. This island feels different. I am just a relict of a bygone generation, and this place is the centerpiece of this story." Basically, he said, because I'm going with this, I have a lot of things prepared here because we're going to Gamu Gamu no Mi route. Gamu Gamu no Mi is not here, so we're changing a few things up, which is going to make the story even more original. Basically, Ryuma has his memories, or once he actually entered Wano, feels like more connected to this place, and he also feels like that while he wants to help Moria and the Scabbards with the whole revenge for Oden and rescuing Wano thing, just doesn't feel right to go to the place where Oden lived. He feels like he shouldn't go there where his like descendants basically were the real people. He's just going to be there to kill some people, help them in the fight, and that's it. He's not going to go too deep into the Oden stuff. And he basically leaves them with that. And then Moria sees the graves of the people at Oden's castle. Moria sees the graves and is basically just thinking like, shit, they died. He sees the graves and actually you see some slight irritation on his face, like he actually wanted to help them. Moria is not heartless in any sense. He wanted to help Momo, Kinemon, and all the other people he had traveled with, like with the revenge against Kaido, and now they are dead. Couldn't help them. He failed on like another promise that he made. That is until Kinemon happily walks out there greeting Moria, and Moria basically just punches him to the ground, like irritated that he actually got some feelings in there, and it's like he didn't need to react like that because people are actually all still alive and he doesn't need to be irritated or sad or anything or angry about it because Kinemon is living the best life out there. It's like he's just angry at Kinemon at this point because they didn't like put away the graves or something. But that's the point here. So while this is happening, Kinemon starts talking about different things here after he gets up of energy. Learn about the facts that Kinemon, Momonosuke, and Kiku, and someone else as well. It was a Kanjuro. Those people traveled 20 years into the future with the ability of Lady Toki. And this is while all of this is happening, also Ryuma heads towards a wharf where he takes a boat to somewhere else. While all of this is happening, we also learn more about Odin's past. We all learn about how he traveled with Whitebeard and Roger, and a bit more about his execution 20 years ago, but not the entire flashback. We learn about the time traveling stuff, which I personally don't really like, and we learn how Kaido burned down this castle in the past. All of these different things. That is how they set out on 20 years later to find strong allies. This is basically where we are at. Kinemon also reveals the raid plan, and that he and they are also collecting allies for the fight all in Wano, like some secret message that only followers of the Kozuki family, people who are close to them, will understand. That's why they spread out that message. And in here we also get some other reveals about the different the Fritter Bark pirates. Like, for example, we get a reveal that Brook is basically doing the same thing as Ryuma, with traveling around Wano, thinning out Kaido's men, and just searching for allies. Because in the canon version, Brook was literally just chilling in some well, and I kind of felt like Oda just didn't want him to do anything. So this Brook here is traveling around, defeating Kaido's men left and right, and helping people in Wano. Perona, on the other hand, is a bit different to her counterpart, which was Nami. She is working as a shrine maiden by day, but at night she's doing something similar, as she's learning as how a kunoichi works and how they train with shinobu. So she's working as a shrine maiden to gather information, to get a closer connection to people, to maybe charm some people in helping them, and then she also trains with shinobu to learn more about ninjutsu and these different things. And then we also learn from Kinemon this factor. He says we need to find 3 specific men. All of these are worth at least 100 men each and will help us tremendously, and they are members of these 9 red scabbards. And they are Ashura Doji, Kawamatsu, and Denjiro. And we learn this, and basically then we flash back to somewhere, not flashback, we flash over to somewhere else. We see another place back at Okobore town, where the citizens are under attack of the Mount Atamat thieves, which are led by Shutenmaru, which is a short battle between Shutenmaru and Jack, but that instantly gets interrupted when Kaido appears. And Kaido is quite drunk again. I think we had enough of drunk Kaido in the current manga appearances, but here he is drunk. His first appearance at Wano was drunk apparently, so that's something we take over. So they get interrupted by drunk Kaido. And drunk Kaido wants Moria to show him, because Moria already made it known that he's on this island. He attacked Hold'em and people at that one town, rescuing Tama, so everybody knows that Moria is on the island. Well, he needs to come out if Kaido isn't supposed to destroy everything. Kaido destroys a bit of Okobore town, but then Hawkins, who is also there, basically wants Kaido to stop the destruction and all these things, because destroying a village here or a town, which is important for resources and all these other things, is not beneficial. So he basically risks it, which is very out of character for Hawkins, because he's always not very risky with all of his fortune telling thing and saying yes, this person who has a 99% percentage chance of dying today. Well, not today. He's actually lying to Kaido here because he doesn't notice. He's actually telling the truth in that sense, but he's lying because he doesn't know it. He's just guessing or bluffing, telling that Moria is at Odin's castle. And that is enough for Kaido basically to fly over there and destroy Odin's castle. Once again, Kaido blasts it with another borrowed breath, destroying the castle, where Moria is not right now because Moria is a bit somewhere else where they talk with Kinemon and the others. And he's just enraged. He goes in full-on furious mode. Imagine him going Super Saiyan if you want. Moria is enraged and he's instantly rushing over there. On his way he sees an injured Speed as well, and Speed was supposed to escort Tama home, but now Speed is injured there, Tama nowhere to be seen. Moria thinks to himself, if this little girl died, he is not only going to kill Kaido, he will make it the worst death possible, the worst death imaginable. He also has still his PTSD from Kaido killing his first crew, which is making everything worse for him. Seeing like how he destroyed this castle where Law and Kinemon told him that the allies, Perona and some other people, are supposed to be in this castle right now. And all these different things are going through his mind right now, and he's just going insane basically. He wants to instantly rush at Kaido, and that is where we see the first thing. He instantly goes in this form of Night Parade of 100 Demon, which buffs him up. He grows a bit more in size, because Moria, as far as I know, is around 690 centimeters, and Kaido is, I think, 710 centimeters. So the normal Moria is a bit smaller than Kaido, while in this form with the Night Parade of the 100 Demon, they are about the same height, or Moria is actually a bit taller than Kaido in this. So he enters this form already buffing his speed, his strength, his endurance, and all these different things, and then he uses one of his 72 demon technique. 70th demon, Whirlwind of Seer. It's basically just a movement ability. Imagine Soru or something, but it's like he leaves behind a trail of black shadows behind him, because it's like his shadow powers moving him faster. Like, he's moving faster because he's using the power of the demon Seer, and is rushing there with insane speed. He's up there at the mountain, and in a split second he basically is in front of Kaido. And once he's there, he uses the velocity of his rush there, of his sprint, to directly follow up with another special attack of his. 72 demons, 64th demon, Inferno Claws of Flores. With this, with his shadow powers, he envelops his hands with claws made out of shadow, and then using the fire powers, the fire sword style from Kinemon, he ignites these shadow claws with tremendous heat, and basically then strikes at Kaido with his claw attacks. He makes a complete barrage of attacks until he stops for a second and adds onto that his 100 demon Jotun's fist and sends a barrage of attacks on Kaido. It's now that he increased the size of his fists with the 100 demons thing, and basically to the size of giant fists with shadows. But these fists also have claws, which are burning right now, and he's just slashing and pummeling Kaido here, which is his start of this battle. But, well, we know how it happened here when Luffy also tried to do his first pummeling attack. After the series of attacks is finished and Moria looks at what happened, we see many buildings around them destroyed and places burning from the fire that Moria flung around with this claw attack. But then we see a wall of dust, and inside this wall of dust we see Kaido, who slowly turns back from his dragon form, which he was in when he arrived there, back into his human form. He leaves the dust and is undamaged. He is completely undamaged, which makes Moria a bit scared, because this is the person who literally gave Moria PTSD. It's not easy to get over some traumatic experience, and not only does he think that he knows that his past allies all died under Kaido, he also right now thinks that Kaido may have killed Tama, may have killed Perona, Hawkback, Absalom, and the other people who are currently at the castle. He is scared. He is scared at this point. He's furious about everything, but even if he's furious about it, he's still scared, kind of. And this is also the point where Kaido starts his first counterattack. He swings his mace, shouting, what does he shout? We all know is Raime Hake! Or Thunder Bagua, and basically makes the immense strike at Moria, which he counters with his Kusanagi and Makaze sword. Feel it in these fiery claw hands. Basically counters it together with his advanced observation haki, the attack cancellation, and blocks the first attack. And after he blocked it, Kaido actually seems surprised. Kaido didn't expect Moria to block one of his attacks, and he is shocked for a second, which is enough time for Moria to launch another surprise attack, which is this one here. 72 demons, 51st demon. Netherworld Massacre of Balam. In this form, Moria grows in size a bit more, but not like in the sense that he gets more tall. It's more like his muscles expand, which make him seem bigger. Imagine like Zoro's gorilla arms technique, where he increases the size of his muscles on his arm to make a bigger, faster and stronger strike. It's the same for Moria here, where his arms grow into more size, his thighs swell up and veins flow out through his body, and he also like grows horns out of shadow on his forehead. And while all of this is happening, his eyes also ignite in flames. While it's basically like the fire that was on his arms traveled up to his eyes, igniting them as well. Now his arms, which are still these claws, and his eyes are burning with fire, looking at Kaido furiously. And then he starts his attack, just making the strongest attack possible with his sword enveloped in his armament haki, and then like enveloped with shadow forces around it, and then the flames and all these different things attacking Kaido. He attacks him, but well, there is a bit of a difference here. Moria tries to attack him with these attacks. You see also some small shadow brick bats basically flying around there, striking Kaido from every side, from every direction. But this is nothing to the strongest man, not the strongest man, to the beast known as Kaido. Kaido starts another Thunder Bagua, and Moria basically wants to block it again with his advanced observation haki, attack cancellation thing. But this time it goes a bit different. It doesn't see anything. This attack is stronger compared to the first one. While Kaido was still playing a bit around in the first attack, this one seems serious. He overpowers the attack from Moria and hits him with the full force of the Thunder Bagua straight into his body, making Moria's eye go out wide and send him flying to complete different locations. And this is where Moria basically falls unconscious. Falls unconscious is knocked into a wall. And this is the point where some of the people of Kaido's crew, the Beast Pirates, want to collect, but he knocks them out with his Conqueror's Haki. Even though he's unconscious, even though he's scared of Kaido because this man is insane. He killed all of his friends, his people, the close ones. And everything is there, he still knocks them out with Conqueror's Haki. And this is the point where Law also attempts to save Moria, but he gets interrupted by Hawkins, who's throwing sea stone nails at Law, which nullifies his abilities. And there, Kaido heads to Moria and decides to throw him into prison. He doesn't want to kill Moria. Moria seems strong, but breaking his will once again, breaking his spirit once again, seems pretty amusing, pretty enticing. Maybe he can make this stronger version of Moria subordinate of time. Who knows? But Kaido decides to throw him into prison. And while this is happening, we see a few different locations where Kinemon reunites with his wife and recognizes that Shutemaru is actually Ashura Doji. Shinobu gets revealed to have saved everybody in the castle with her mature or ripe devil fruit, where she made all the floor rot away so that all of them basically fell down someplace into the basement where they were saved from Kaido's attack. And we also see Inuarashi and some of the musketeers arriving at the island and finding an injured Tama and taking care of her. So while all of this is happening, Moria got shipped to the prison, and he has sea stone handcuffs on him right now. So some guards are trying to beat him up, but because Moria glared at them like wrong or something. And even if they wanted to beat him up, Moria probably could have done something against them, but he's also pretty badly hurt right now because of Kaido. But then someone outside of another prison cell basically spits fish bones at them, knocking them all out. So some other guards throw Moria into a cell, stating that from tomorrow on they will break his spirit by working him to death. But in his cell, Moria doesn't seem to be discouraged in the slightest. He's scared. He doesn't know if his friends still are alive and all these other things. But he has sworn revenge. He's going to get this, and he starts monologuing to himself. One time you kill all of my friends, my nakama. other time you defeat me. But I swear, the next time I will get my revenge, Kaido. So, even though this isn't Moria, just imagine this glare with him enveloped in bandages and all these things. It's pretty nice to actually that they like bandaged up Moria and Kaido and Luffy in these ways here. Like they could have just left them bleeding out or something, but they bandaged them up and took care of them apparently. He swears revenge here and is going to go there. The cell next to Moria, Kid, who is also imprisoned at the prison, also swears to get revenge. And as they both swear these revenge calls, they basically take notice of each other, and Moria just looks at him. Because I've already stated this, Moria didn't really care about the next generation or the super rookies in that case, only knew Law. He didn't know Hawkins, and Kid is just another one of those. He doesn't know Kid that well, but Kid knows Moria. And so this is going to be an interesting interaction here. But as we finish this off, we take one last look at the people in Wano, where they got an extra edition of the newspaper, covering Moria's fight against Kaido, and his defeat obviously, and that he got imprisoned, which basically makes all of the Thriller Barrack members horrified when they read it, because their captain got defeated. The strongest card in this alliance got defeated already and is now in prison. What are they going to do? We don't know what is going to on for the future, but we will see in the next week. Enter Act 2. Because we're not... I'm going to say this next week. Teaser. Anyways, this has been another part of What If Luffy Was Never Born. And we finished off Act 1 here, which feels pretty good because we're at pretty good pace. Not slowing down, not doing any weird filler stories. We're just doing our thing. And I also have to say this. From now on, for the next weeks, I don't know how long I will continue this because obviously I sometimes don't have the time for it. I will publish videos on Thursday as well. Thursdays, right? Yeah, Thursdays. Last week I published a video of like Magie Lumiere, which introduced you to a new series, but next few videos are actually also One Piece related, so please look forward to that. And that was all I want to say for today, and I hope you have a good rest of a day, rest of a week, and we see each other again in the next video. Stay hot, stay fresh, and obviously stay safe. Pyro out.